This morning on today's Consumer, a closer look at your electric bill.
If you've noticed it's been climbing higher and higher, you are not alone. According to one estimate, electricity rates are on the rise year to year in most states.
So here with why those costs are surging and what we can all do to bring that bill back down, NBC's business correspondent, Brian Cheung. So let's just start with some perspective here, Brian. How much are we talking in terms of year-to-year increase, and do we know what's behind the surge?
Yeah, a lot of Americans are already feeling this every time they open up those bills. It's more expensive, more specifically 5.5% more expensive now than it was this time a year ago. So if you're talking about a $200 monthly bill, that is now $211. And of course, compounded over the year, that's over $130 in added costs just because of the rising cost of electricity. Now, some reasons for that. There's a lot more electricity use because it's been a hotter summer. Also, there's been more use from on the grid from electric vehicles. And then also there are these AI data centers that have been going up around the country. It's crazy. The estimated projected use of the electricity grid, 4% now from these AI centers, that's projected to go up to 12% by 2028. So that just means electricity costs could only go up.
4% of all of the
4% of all electricity, which is going to go up to 12% in just a few years.
And 100% when the robots take over the
when
world.
they take over, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about tips and tricks to cut back. Like you say vampire devices, unplug them. What's that?
Yeah, a little scary, right? Vampire devices. These are things that are plugged in, and even if you don't have them turned on, just because they're plugged into your wall, they could still be using electricity. So TVs, gaming consoles are another big one. If you just unplug it when you don't need it, if you don't mind that extra step of plugging it in when you do want to use it, that could save you a few bucks a year. Coffee makers, that's a big one. Some estimates $60 a year, even when you're not using it, just by keeping it plugged in.
It's always plugged in.
Because it's always plugged in. So scan your house, make sure you take anything that you're not actively using, make sure you unplug that. Also, adjust the thermostat. I know a lot of people feel very strongly about this. 78 degrees is the advice. If you
Says who?
78 for
according to the Department of Energy says that, but they say it could be 10% savings by keeping your house 7 to 10 degrees warmer. So that's one. And use your fans. If you don't want to use the AC, a fan can get your house about 4 degrees cooler and could be a cheaper way.
Can you actually invest in any device or some sort of situation to end up saving you money long term, like buy something?
Yeah, well, there are these smart plugs, right? So let's say, for example, there's something that you don't just want to have to go over to the outlet, unplug every time you use. You can plug it into this thing, and basically you can control from your phone, hey, I want this turned on, I want this turned off. There's also these LED light bulbs that you can use, which can use considerably less, 80 to 90% less than traditional incandescent bulbs. And by the way, they're also not as hot when you try to change them. You know, you don't want to burn your fingers when you do that.
Brian Cheung with all the information. Thanks, Vic.
78 degrees. That's funny.
Yeah,
for some people.
72 is be fine. That's a happy medium, isn't it?
64 is better.
Okay, let's send it over to Al. Get another check of the weather.
Get those smart thermostats too, because you can program them. This way, it tells you what time you can do it and keep the things moving along. So, speaking of moving along, my producer wants me to move along here. Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.